What's up? Welcome back to Urban Academia episode number 2 ever. Let me get centered up here. I'm your host, J-Zilla, as usual. And I got my guy with me. What's happening, man? Mr. Chulo Rich?
What's happening, man? What's the word? What's the word?
And word of the day is
Part two.
lying. That's the word of the day, my man. Lying.
Lying. Lying.
Yeah. Today's show, the pandemic
Oh
of
man.
lying. Yeah, man. So look, we have a special guest with us. We're gonna bring on in a little bit. But yeah, man. First, I just want to do a little check in. How you doing? What you up to? Talk to me.
Oh man, man, just trying to make it do what it do, brother. Trying to get that money to get them bills paid. Like we all
Amen to that.
doing. You know what I mean? I'm actually in New Jersey right now, man, doing work, you know.
Joyzy, man. Sorry to hear that.
Jersey. In
You know what?
Jersey, right?
Look, we can start this line pandemic of line thing off with that. Is New Jersey really that bad?
You know what? I'm not like in the inner city, so I can't
Mhm.
really, say it like that. But the people that I've talked to so far are pretty cool. They talk funny to me.
To
You know what I
you,
mean? They
yeah.
probably think I talk funny.
No, I know that's right. Yeah, man. He out there in Jersey. I'm out here in sunny. I mean, super sunny, New
Super
Mexico.
funny.
Yeah. So it's
Right.
what 8 something your time.
Yes, it is, man. It is 8:10 in New Jersey.
Yeah, 6:10 here, and our wonderful guest down there in H Town, Texas. We'll get to her in a little bit by way of Oak Cliff. Now, is it Oak Cliff? You know what? Save it. So sorry, peek behind the curtain a little bit as I look to you, the audience. Um, my cousin is a teacher. She's from Dallas, Texas. But so I moved away when I was really little. So I don't even know if I'm considered a Texan, you know?
Hmm.
So I'm counting on her to really give me, figure out some things on whether or not, you know, some different titles and whatnots. But anyway, so yeah, so I always hear that thing about Jersey about how it smells, people are mean, and like it's just nothing to do. The best thing about Jersey is leaving Jersey. All these things, and that kind of brings us to our topic, right? Lying, like the lies that not only we tell ourselves, but what we tell others, and all just the hodgepodge, man. What are one of the biggest lies that you heard that you can share on the show? Look, I don't want to get you in trouble or anything, but one of the biggest lies that you've come across that just really, hits you like, oh man, I can't believe I'm hearing this or saying it.
Uh Man, there's of course there's so many. You know what I mean? But if I had to pick, man, I don't know, man. Some kids have hit me with some great ones. I've had some great ones from some kids, but eh, probably adults give you the ones that you're just like, I can't believe this fool is saying this. Like, you don't
The
know I'm
most
an adult too. Like,
right, the most egregious lies. Now,
but I
last
but I've
time,
been on I've been on both sides of that. So you know what I mean. It could be
yeah. Now, see,
been
that's
on
what I'm
both
getting
sides of that.
to. Like, I don't know if y'all paying attention to that or not. Like, I asked him a lot he's heard or told, right? And you haven't really gotten to what the actual lie was. So that's what I want to hear. Man, look at that face right there. Like, is there a lie that Chulo Rich told once upon a time in his life that he was just like, man, I can't believe I just did that? Like, even for yourself.
Several, man, almost at every age of life. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think maybe some of the earlier lies were go take a shower. Okay, I go in the bathroom, turn on the shower, and
Yeah.
I just kind of hang out. You know what I mean? Just hang out. Come out 20 minutes later.
Man.
Yeah, you take a shower. Yeah, and then she went in there one day, and she made me feel like an idiot. But I was an idiot. I was a kid. So she
Right.
comes out and she's like, "Boy, there ain't no damn water in the tub. Yeah, the rags is dry." Like I was like, I didn't think of nothing. Like stupid.
Right, man. I look, let me tell you, one of my wife writes in with why. Just why. You know why. We got 4 kids. You know why. Right? All of us here, we know exactly why. But look, I'm gonna tell a lie. that I told in my adulthood. Now, this is my heyday of lying, at the height of my narcissism and all kinds of, interesting things I was doing. I'm not going to say good or bad, but very interesting. But yeah, you said still don't know. Get out of here, wife. No, I'm just kidding. Please stick around. So, one of the lies that I told, I don't know if I was high, drunk, or both. Now, the lie I told, I was having an argument with a buddy of mine about whether or not a girl would be interested in me. I was like, man, it's like you think you know everything, right? And I was willing, like looking back on it, I realized that I was willing to do anything to win an argument. Okay.
I bet.
So
Yeah, yeah. That's man.
yeah.
That's
So
tough.
one of
I
the things
feel
I did, so here's the thing I did, and I know you've heard this story before. I did it on the test. And what's up? I see you in the back room back there. Little cuz. Okay. Okay. No, so literally one of the things I did was I switched my number and I saved my own number as this girl's name. And I was texting myself, making it look like we were exchanging text messages just to prove a point. Now let me give you some context. This is a childhood friend who grew to be a very beautiful woman. Good job. And like I had never had any sort of feeling like that towards her or anything. I never tried her, none of that. But I just wanted to win this argument. And he just looked at me. I don't know how, if he could tell or not, or if he just knew like this is something he did, before. I don't
mm,
know what it is, but he was like, "Bro, that's your number." And I was like, "What?" And like, I immediately like snapped out. I was like, "Bro, you're right. I don't know. I don't even know why I just did that." So I was apologizing. I was like, "Man, I'm high, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you." So I literally just, I had to confess right away, and that got me to thinking about myself of like, man, if I'm willing to tell such an egregious lie just to win an argument, like I really need to check myself. And then it made me kind of paranoid about other people and what they were saying. It's like, man, that could be a lie right there. I don't know. I don't know. Thanks,
I
wife.
feel you.
But for you viewers out there, I know it can be scary being live on anything, no matter how many people may or may not be watching. But if you want to come on, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, we're live in both locations. Boom. There it is. Go ahead and click that link. Excuse me. I'll put that up throughout the show. Follow the instructions. You'll be able to join us live video. But, if you just relaxing or getting ready to go out or something, I understand. Still got your bonnet on. Whatever it is you're doing, you can just do audio. But we like to hear some of your most egregious lies as we welcome and bring on our wonderful guest. Please help me welcome teacher. What's happening?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Looking beautiful as usual. All right. So
Thank you
this is
for
my
having me.
no problem. Thank you for joining us. So we had you in the back room, and I'm sure you're listening to these lies. He as a child, me as a whole grown man, right?
I
What are your
got some
thoughts on
grown
that?
man like.
Oh, I know, I know. So, but we got two different time frames. I'm interested, one, in what she thought about our lives first.
Well, with J-Zilla I have a lot similar to that, so I thought it was super funny. But yeah, once you got caught red-handed, it's like there's nothing you can do now but confess and be like, yeah, my bad. Like I feel like once you get caught red-handed, and then it depends on what you're lying about, then that's kind of like your signal to stop lying or to start, you know,
Mm.
like it's getting outrageous.
For
Put
some
it out
people,
there. Funny.
Sometimes them signals is hard
And
to see, Jack.
and as far as Mr. Rich um
That was a
yeah,
dirty
that was
lie,
funny
right?
too. Yeah, because my brothers used to
literally.
do the same thing. So maybe that's a boy thing. My brothers used to do the
Little
same
dirty
thing.
guys,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Dirty little
it's
boy.
okay.
Yeah.
It's natural, I guess.
Yeah, right. So, let me, Mr. Rich, did you catch what I did there? I let her kind of talk about our lives. Now, your favorite teacher. I want to know one of your most egregious lies that you told or that was told to you, because, I'm sure you don't have very many lies.
Yes, I'm very truthful. Okay, no, I'm gonna tell one of my lies. And I remember one time, like I said, the one that popped in my head when you were telling your story was about I did the same thing. So I remember I was in high school. I had to be like maybe my sophomore year, junior year, one of the two.
Hmm.
And someone had cupcakes and they only had like one left. And I wanted that cupcake. And it was like, and I knew they were gonna say yes to me. So I'm like, feeling confident that I'm gonna get this cupcake. So I go and
Oh,
ask for the
right.
cupcake. And they said that it was for, they was saving it for one of my friends. So I know the person that they were saving it for, me and him, we consider each other like really close. We consider each other sister and brothers. So I was like, you know what? If I text and ask him, can I have his cupcake? I was like, most likely he's gonna want his cupcake. So let me not do that. So what I
Right.
did was I changed my other friend name to his name, and I had her to text me from his phone saying that I can have his cupcake. So then I just went back
Oh
and I
no.
showed that message thread to, to the person with the cupcake, and I'm like, he said I can have it, and they gave it to me, and I was just like, wow, it's so easy, like,
So easy.
and then of course later on they seen him, and he's like, where's my cupcake? They like, oh, you said Angel can have it. And he was like, no, I didn't. And they both come up to me, and I was just like, yeah, I ate your cupcake. Yeah, like it's gone. There's nothing. Yeah, and I
That's
confessed
crazy.
to them, but yeah, it was pretty funny. And it made me realize like how sneaky and conniving I could I could really be. So yeah,
Yes. Well, research shows that the quicker a child learns to lie, it kind of shows their intelligence, which is really interesting. Like how the creativity and everything kind of go hand in hand. And as soon as they are able
yeah,
to
I get you.
manipulate their, oh, so I could just say something that's not true and get what I want or get out of trouble. It's like, this is amazing. I should do this
That
all the
is,
time.
Right.
yeah,
There's no coming back.
yeah.
My wife is writing in the
No
comments
coming back.
saying the savagery.
Yes, real talk. For real, you do have to be a savage. You have
Hmm.
to. To
So
lie, you
talk
have to
to
not
us.
consider others' feelings, everything.
Absolutely. So talk to us a little bit about what you do and your expertise and whatnots.
Okay, so I am a school teacher. Um, I mean, that sums up what I do. Yes, I am a school teacher. I almost told. Okay, yeah, I almost told. But I'm just a school teacher who actually have a passion for what I do. I love it with everything in me. I get something out of seeing how far I can really take people, and that goes for the students and even my coworkers as well. Just to see like how well I can make people's lives better. I enjoy that. So
That's awesome. And look, you talking about all the wonderful work you do with children. And we have one of our good partners, Mr. Liggins, in the comments saying that all that for a cupcake makes you wonder,
Oh
what
my
would
God,
you do for a Klondike bar?
my
This
God.
dude,
You gotta know, right?
no, for
you
real.
gotta
Gotta know.
appreciate that, Mr. Liggins.
That's why I
Famous
But yeah,
said
question.
that showed me how conniving I really was. Like,
man, it is something
oh
else.
yeah,
So
I had a few in high school. Yeah,
look, we won't put you too far out there now. Look, I'm gonna actually change it to, we're gonna put it on somebody
yeah.
else. All right. So as I put, just hang back, teacher there, and Mr. Rich, you as well. We're gonna play this video. All right, courtesy of shoot, I don't even know who. Let me see, Javon YN. Appreciate that, bro. So we're gonna play this video, and then we can discuss an even more egregious lie, in my opinion. All right, stay tuned.
What the fuck is this? It's a fucking shirt. What the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing? What you mean?
This bitch trying to break in the car.
How she trying to break in the car?
Break in the fucking
How the
car.
fuck is she trying to break in the car? If my car was at home, she wouldn't have been able to break in the
No, she's trying to
motherfucker.
break in the fucking car. I'm trying
Get
to
the
stop.
fuck out of here. Are you serious?
You gonna tell me that?
Behind this bitch doing what though?
What you talking
dog. No, you need to be on my camera because I'm sick of this cheating ass nigga, and I know all you bitches see this nigga cheat. I know y'all know he got a bitch. Weak ass nigga, you talking about she?
Because you always said
she broke in the car. You got a whole motherfucking shirt. What is this shirt on the
it
window
was raining and I had to stop the fucking rain.
It's fucking sunny as a bitch. What you mean, girl? Don't where you going now?
Lose my number. What the fuck is you talking about? You gonna let the thief go?
Am I gonna let the
You
thief
gonna
go?
fucking let the thief go?
So the thief got your number? So she
What you
has
talking
walked
about,
with
man?
your
Shit.
digits too?
Lying, bitch, about the
You
numbers
know
on the bitch.
what? You probably want to walk with her ass because this is I'm done with you. I'm
Whatever,
sick of
dog.
your bitch
All
ass.
right, yeah, whatever.
my man said she was holding him hostage.
I seen it happen, man. Seen it happen.
Mr. Rich, that fool crazy.
Mm.
Oh man, Mr. Liggins.
He had the Uber receipt though, didn't he?
No, so okay, let me get into this because at first I was like, "Is this real? This can't be real, can it?" You know, and it turns out that like, yeah, it's very real. And so, well, I mean, I don't know if it's real. Sorry, I'm reading comments and everything, but I don't know if it's real or not. But if it was real, he turned this into a whole career. There's a whole compilation of him, and you know, he's got a catchphrase now and all that sort of thing. So I don't know if they started out as a skit, which if so, that's some really good acting. I'm impressed. If not, I'm impressed that he just kept going and like enough to like have an attitude for her, right? The Mario Liggins says, "LOL, love it." That makes good TV. Ashley Gale says, I know exactly how she said that too. Right. The boy, Mr. Liggins, you gonna let the thief go?
So Gales, have you ever had that type of? You ever got one off like that?
Never.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've been there, man. I've been there a few times, man. I've been a lot of different places. You know, a lot of different places.
I've been a lot of different places. Tell me about it, Mr. Rich.
Man, I remember one experience, man. I got a phone call and I was out. You know, truth. I was at a strip club and it was with some buddies, whatever, and
Naturally.
I and I was there, but we were actually there in like it wasn't actually a strip club. It was actually a club that I was helping to run. And on that night, we just had strippers. One of the security guards was cute, and I ended up talking to her after the club, whatever. So I get a phone call, and it's my girl at the time, and she like, "Hey, did I just see you? Did I just ride past you, or you know what I mean?" I'm like, Nah, I ain't, I don't know. And at that moment, man, I made eye contact with her. She made eye contact with me. She was passing me in traffic, you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I don't know what you know what I mean? And she saw me, I saw her, you know what I mean? But I just kept it going. Like, yeah, I have no clue what you're talking about, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, she circled around, followed me back, you know what I mean? So that didn't last too long.
Oh, man.
I tried.
Right. No, so look, I'm going to go to the teacher here. Like, come on, man. How priceless is that lie?
Honestly, kind of feel like yes. I'm not gonna say yes, of course, but I mean, try your luck. If you feel like maybe you're gonna get away with it, why not? Right? That's what lying is for. However, I feel like once you've been caught, it's just best to go ahead and just come out clean and let's get this whole I'm sorry, not really sorry cycle started. Like, let's go and get it started.
Right.
So that's how I feel about it.
I
If
think
you're
I think you're
caught,
right, but when you
tell the
tell
truth.
lies, you got to get caught. You got to get
You say
caught to
you what?
stop. But I think you're right. I said I think you're right, but when you do tell lies, you got to get caught in order to stop, or you don't stop. You just think you're getting better at lying,
Right.
you know.
Listen, but that
But you
Like
dude,
said
a
your girl
criminal,
caught
you know what I
you.
mean?
It's like a
mhm,
criminal. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you know
But
what I
that
mean?
dude, that dude
You
right
got
there is a special brand of liar. Demario Liggins in the comments with he could work for the government with lying like that. That's
right,
literally
right,
true.
right.
Yeah, man. But that dude, he got caught. I mean, he
That
got
one.
caught, you know, and just kept on going. Like he had one lie after another after another.
And still was lying.
Like I said, if this was real, like he's definitely had a lot of experience at this. You know, my wife says a habitual liar can't stop, which so that's clinical. That's lying on a whole new level, right? Habitual lying. Yeah, sorry, reading the
Yeah.
comments over here. So yeah, man, like people like that who can't stop, I couldn't imagine. But again, like I said when we started this, I want to talk about more so internalizing lies, right? The lies that we tell ourselves. Like it's not by accident that I named it the pandemic of lying, right? If you look at the current pandemic that we're going through and where all these different lies have, stretched out and come back to us, almost coming back home to roost, it's very interesting to watch, right? So you have the government who's lied in the past, so no one trusts them now. You have scientists, who, because of the last administration putting pressure on them, they did a lot of lying. So now when they try to tell the truth, it doesn't seem very trustworthy. You have some people tell themselves lies like, I'm for Trump, and I believe in God, and so I don't need XYZ. And it's like, but Trump got the he got the he got the vaccination. So well, I still don't trust Hillary and her emails. Like, wait a minute. Like, so all these different things, right? So I wanted to, instead of focus on that, the pandemic of lying itself to yourself. So let me go to the lady first because I'm a Southern gentleman. You know what I mean? What's a lie that you tell yourself that you just like, you know what? I got to do better.
Um. Okay, I think I like several. One of them is okay that I'm gonna stop spending so much money. I honestly be trying though, but at the same time, I know that I'm not going to succeed. But so I feel like it's a lie because it's like I know that I'm not. So just instead of telling myself like, for real, stop. I'm like, yeah, no, I know I'm not. But I'm just telling myself to make myself feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Another lie is being to work on time. I really do be trying, but I know at the end of the day, if I lay in bed 20 minutes after my alarm clock get off, I'm never gonna be never gonna be to work on
Right.
time. So it's just like those things. I mean, it's a lie because I know that is never gonna happen, especially if I'm not actually doing anything to make it come true. Sorry,
No, no,
but
no. It's mine. It's a little man. Little lady. Wait. Who's that? Who is that?
that, that's Paigey. Say hi.
KG. Oh, look at her. Look at her. Look, she had to make the cameo. She's like, I know you ain't about to be in here talking to no
Oh,
dudes, and I ain't get to talk to
okay.
nobody.
Wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, that's what she wants because she used to. Her family, my people call. She used to, been in the camera as well. So I guess I have to share the camera.
No problem at all. No problem at all. So, Mr. Rich, give me a lie that you tell yourself. Hey, Paigey. Oh, hold on, Mr. Rich. Hold on just a minute. This just in. I wish I could have a little. Hold on. Let me see if I can do some Hollywood magic. Hello. Man, she don't even know who I am, does she?
No,
See, see, I gotta check on family better.
they can't hear you, Mama. I got my AirPod in.
Bro, we can hear you.
I would.
I'm gonna do it like this. Paigey. Well, I know I'm kind of
They say
misspelling
hi.
and everything. Boom. She gets her own little ticker. Boom. There you go. Look, I gotta work on that
Okay,
spelling though.
Paige, you do great. That's fine. We is okay with that. You just missing one letter. It's okay.
Oh, what am I missing?
I.
See, take it off. Good thing we're not live. So I got you. So look, man, pandemic of lying. So, Mr. Rich, give me a
Yes,
lie
sir.
that you tell yourself, that you're really working on.
One that I tell myself that I'm really working on. Sometimes it's not needing people or things. Um, other times, other times I think, and I don't know if you can look at this as a lie, but I would say my biggest lie to myself would be procrastination. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to learn to not procrastinate as much, as far as
Hmm.
the things that I care about or want to do. Trying to get them, just get things going, get your feet moving. You know what I mean? But um, I do know at this age, there's a lot I've been through, um, and you try your best, man, to straighten things out. You know better, you do better. So every day, man, every day.
See, I like that. So, know better, you do better. I can take that because, first of all, you know, there's so many lies out there, right?
Did you see?
But
Did you see Paco's comment?
yeah, I'll always get to it. So, know
Oh,
better, do better, right?
yeah,
Know better, do better. That's, I feel like for me, that's a lie that I tell myself. Because if I look back, especially, they say hindsight's 2020, but not necessarily. So, right? There's another lie. But so anytime I look at it as there have been times where I knew better and I just anybody that had any good sense, I got them out of the way. Like, bro, why didn't you call me? Instead of, it was like, nah, man, you would have talked some good sense, and that's not what I wanted to hear. you know, I talked to all
been
my
there.
my rah people, right? But Mr.
Yeah.
Liggins, of course, I see Mr. Liggins. So he's in the comment with want something deep. The most told lie is I love you. And but that's interesting. If you scratch that lie a little bit, right? That lie is probably I think I may agree with that because that lie is one of the most told lies because of the lie about what love is. What does it mean to love someone? Right? We've heard all these kind of things. We've seen Disney's rendition of, you just doing some gardening with some singing birds, and all of a sudden, boom, there it is, and you just know, right? But they don't
Uh,
really talk about the what happens afterwards, right? And then the missus is in the comments with the most dangerous lies we tell are the lies we tell ourselves. And another one, yeah, I mean that's exactly what we're talking about. So I mean that's a good example right there. Like, how do we define what love is, right? Because I know what I've been told isn't necessarily true, but from my own experience and the experiences of others that I trust, love is a verb. Love is work, right? I'm a Christian, so for me, when I look at love, it's it's really it's really action, right? Waiting on the Lord and all of that stuff. It's action. If you look at like back in the Jane Austen days, right? Because I'm getting into reading a little bit. I'm trying, Mr. Rich, Miss Teacher. Looking back in those days when they were ladies in waiting, like these ladies were learning how to sew, how to prepare meals, like menus and stuff, how to run the household, how to balance a book, how to play the piano, how to draw. Like they were doing a lot, right?
yeah,
Waiting
yeah,
isn't this idea of just, I'm just gonna sit and, like you hear most people like, nah, I ain't gonna do nothing. Hey, why don't you go fill out that application? Like, nah, I'm waiting on the Lord. It's like, that's not what waiting on the Lord means. That's not what love is. Is get up and get active, right? Activate that faith by taking those steps of faith. So I love the idea of like love being the most told lie. That's because we're simply bad at defining terms, right? There's another lie. Everyone thinks that they can speak well and communicate well, but truth is we are very bad listeners, right? We're very bad communicators. And so it takes work to kind of counteract that, balance it out, right? So I think we're gonna go ahead and kick it to this little game. I want to play a game with y'all. It's an old game, and again, if you want to join in and play with us, click this link right here. Scroll towards the beginning and click it. Make sure you have Chromebook. Oh, make
So
sure you
look,
have
what
Chromebook and come on and join us as we play this game. What's up, Mr. Rich?
I was just thinking about something, and while you're getting there, because of course, in any conversation, man, if you want to try to better yourself, you got to throw yourself in the mix, even if you're just talking. And this being our show, of course, I do that. When you tell a lie, you know what I mean. I guess girls, I don't know, man. You haven't lied too much. I don't know what the deal is, but
Yeah.
to any of the listeners, you, Miss Teacher, when you do you lie to people in the street? Do you lie to people that you know? Do you lie to your significant other? Because me personally, I when it comes to people that I don't really have a love for or something of that nature, a lie is really not necessary in any sense. Which makes it fucked up when you lie because you only lie to those that you care about. So,
Mm.
like, how does that work?
I would like to comment. So for me, it depends. Of course, I totally agree with you on that though. If it's someone that I really have no sense of their feel emotions, not really like I'm not. If they feelings hurt by what I'm saying, I'm not gonna be hurt. Then yes, I would not lie to them. There's no point. However, I have started to lie or tell like white lies because I know that if I do that, it's gonna keep the peace. Versus if I go ahead and tell the truth and I kind of hurt their feelings, I'm knowing that that's gonna cause tension between me and this person. And if that's not something like I honestly feel like dealing with, then yes, I will tell a white lie. Like, yeah, sure, it's cute, and go on by my life,
Hmm.
But yeah, it depends on the situation. If I'm trying to keep the peace and yeah, sure, whatever. But in actuality, honestly, it depends. Because when it comes to my loved ones, I'd rather be honest with them. I'd rather go on and get it out the way, especially if I know it's something that's gonna come back and bite me in the butt. I go ahead and tell them the truth because I'm
Mm.
knowing the value of the lie. When they find out that it's a lie, it's gonna cause way more damage if I just tell the truth right then and there. So yeah. So yeah, I choose to tell the truth to the ones that I love, actually. But I understand people who do say, well, they tell a lie to the people that they truly love because they don't want to hurt their feelings. And it's like either way, to me, like I say, either way, I feel like the feelings is gonna be hurt. But it's just about either face the consequences now or face them later. And for me, I'd rather go on and get it over with. I don't want to torture myself thinking, oh yeah, they believe a lie, we are good, and then a few months later down the line, it's exposed, and now you got to go back through that all over again when you could have just kind of got it away the first time. So it depends.
Absolutely, absolutely. So going through the comments there, Miss Teacher, my wife says that that is when there's the most inducement to lie. You said, teacher, feelings, right? And she also,
Right.
of course, she got a clown a little bit, that gummit wife. She says, and the lie detector test said that was a lie. In regards to Mr. Rich's comments, J-Zilla doesn't lie. Yeah, no, I've had some whoppers. And of course, Mr. Liggins says, you lie to those you don't want to lose. Yeah, man.
Nah.
Right. So, Mr. Rich, in regards to that particular comment, right? The ones that you don't want to lose, those are probably the most important lies, if you can even phrase it that way. But I mean, we lie about frivolous stuff all the time. My girl's in on the show talking about stealing cupcakes. By texting. Like, what is it in us that drives us to lie, especially with those little white lies, the frivolous lies?
Uh, the frivolous ones, I don't really understand that as much. Especially, and I guess I'm just weird because, like I said, when it comes to, I'm just talking to the average individual. There's absolutely no reason to, because there's no repercussion with you at all. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, um, I think kind of like Paco said, you know, those that you don't want to lose, yeah, you are more liable to lie to. But I mean, saying that out loud, man, it hits hard when you say it out loud. You know what I mean? And that's not the
Right.
way to do it. So, um, yeah, uh, message.
Absolutely, man. So look, we're gonna get into a game, and I think I'm gonna go back to the lady first. Again, I'm a Southern gentleman, And of course you got Paigey on there. What's up, Paigey? So we're gonna play an old game, two truths and a lie. And if you're not familiar with this game, you the audience, my guess, you're gonna make three statements. Two true statements and one statement that's a lie. Let's see if the people in the comments can guess which one is the lie. So do you understand? Everyone gets the premise of this game. All right. So go ahead and get your thoughts together, and because look, man, I want to get into this. You talked to me privately, Mr. Rich, about Elvis versus R. Kelly versus Michael Jackson, right?
Oh man, yes sir.
About how R. Kelly and Michael Jackson and how they're depicted versus how Elvis is depicted, right?
Elvis is the man.
Hey man, look, which is crazy. Like musically, man, that's some good music, right? Like
I don't know, man. It's all right,
I'm saying
man.
all three of those gentlemen, right?
I'm not comparing these at all. But yeah.
No. Not compare. No, not like that. But man, you got some bangers. Come on now, State Power and whatnots. But look, I think that's a good filibuster. I want you thinking about that, right? Elvis versus R. Kelly versus Michael Jackson. As we go to a much needed break with Paigey and the teacher there with her two truths and a lie. Go ahead.
Okay, so my first statement is I am a pre-K teacher. My second statement is I only weigh 105 pounds. And my third statement is I graduated from Texas State University.
TSU. All right, and we'll just let that linger as we go to Mr. Liggins there, who's saying second most used lie. Oh, I forgot that was in the bottom of my buggy. Bah. But still, man, let me tell you, I was with a girl once who we went in with her baby. I won't say any names, but we went in with her baby to Walmart. And when we were in there, she had taken juice from one part and a sippy cup and opened it in another area, went to a third area and put like half in, got rid of everything, and then went to a fourth area to shop a little bit more. She put stuff in the basket. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, we going all the way to jail. Like in my mind, it's like CIA cameras are on us every move. They just waiting for us to get towards the front, right? And no, just cruise right on out. Like, I just couldn't fathom because I was told the lie that, hey boy, get your hands out your pocket. They're gonna think you stealing and put you in jail. That's a crazy thing to tell a child, Don't put your hands in your pockets in the store because they're gonna think you're stealing and you're going to go to jail. Like, so me at that age is like, I'm thinking that they're really gonna put me in jail for looking like I may have stolen something. So yeah, so we'll kick it back up here to the lady. No one's in the comments. Mr. Rich, you care to make a guess as to which statement was the lie? Look at this reaction.
Should I repeat?
Yeah, let's get him one more time because I want to judge your face too.
Okay. So my first statement is I'm a pre-K teacher. My second statement was I weigh 105 pounds, and my third statement was I graduated from Texas State University.
I almost feel like if I guess one, I might get in trouble, and then the other one.
Okay, so let me put that out there. I do not. I'm not one of those girls who are, big on.
I just muted her. No. That's too many hints. Get out of here. How dare you? How dare you? What are you doing? What are you going? That is not how the game is played, madam. There are your options: pre-K teacher, 105 in weight, or TSU, Texas State University grad. All right, and we'll let it linger. We'll let it linger. All right.
Ooh, the
So
linger.
yeah, and while it
You'll
lingers,
do-
I'm gonna take you off mute, teacher. Don't look. I forgive you. Just don't let it happen
Sorry.
again. Okay.
Oh, okay. Because yes, I didn't know. He almost had me. 'cause-
Right. That's how smooth Mr. Rich is. That's okay. It happens. He gets me all the time.
Eyes on Mr. Rich.
So while right, please. So while in the comments, get in there and make your guess.
Paco
And
Outlet.
Paco is on it, bro. Paco is on it. He's saying, man, she's 115.
It's
He
the I
says, I
said it
said
part.
it.
Yeah, yeah, he
He
said it.
said, I said
Oh yes, I'm
He said
quoting
it.
Mr. Liggins. I said it. That's Mr. Demario Liggins of the Who That Podcast, point five of the Who That Podcast.
Oh,
So yeah,
Paco,
Mr.
my
Rich,
voice when I can't speak. Yeah,
for real.
go
So
ahead.
I'm kicking it back to you while we let that scroll at the bottom. Those are your options. Pre-K teacher. She weighs 105 pounds. TSU, Texas State University grad. Which one of those statements are a lie? But while we're doing that, I'm gonna have Mr. Rich filibuster a little bit and give me his thoughts on how we treat Elvis versus how we're currently treating R. Kelly and Michael Jackson.
Man, that's almost saddening to me, man. But obviously, you know what I mean. We get dogged, and they get put on a pedestal. Elvis's museum or house or whatever that is still there. His cars are still selling for hundreds of $1,000s. I just saw who was that? Boosie just bought one of his cars recently.
One of
Uh,
Elvis's cars?
one of Elvis's cars.
That's
He's still
stupid.
making money. You know what
I
I
gotta write
mean?
that down.
It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Whereas we just get hauled off to jail and pulled out of the pulled off the shelves and whatever else they decide to do. Um,
That's right. And Paige don't like it either.
Mm-mm.
and I think we've like as far as the music goes, like the music is to me is better. You know what I mean? I had an African friend, man, at work one time tell me, all music is
Oh, technical difficulties. Great. All music is garbage. We will see after these. I almost said these messages. We're not that type of show. Mr. Rich, wave at me when you get the something happen with your connection there. Man, you gotta love technology, right? There's a lot right there, like
Yeah.
technology, how great it is, right? It's great till it
I
isn't.
mean, it is great.
It's great till it isn't,
Shoot,
right?
I'm loving it. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like they say, too much of anything is bad for you. So, yeah,
Right, right. So
you
we
gotta
got
have a
Mr.
balance.
Liggins. Absolutely. So as we wait for Mr. Rich to join us again, Mr. Liggins in the comments, he goes, "Let's talk about Woody Allen adopted his daughter, and when she turned old enough, married her." Yeah, and I
Exactly.
mean, so his movies are still like held as some of the greatest ever, some of the best writing, which maybe, but like, where's the same equal treatment and all that sort of thing? I don't know. And I really wanted Mr. Rich to get back on, so we'll continue the game. All right. As we pre-K teacher, does she weigh 105 pounds? Is she a Texas State University? So we do these little breaks in the game, right?
Hmm.
Um, I guess I'll go ahead and go because I want to have this conversation with Mr. Rich here about the comparisons, right? The lies we tell ourselves about the big bad boogeyman, who happen to be black versus
Right.
the the white guy who is a legend and was just misunderstood and a product of the times, right? As we're joined back with Mr. Chulo Rich. There he is. Uh oh, you gotta turn your volume down. I'm gonna take you down. So, Mr. Rich, what we're talking about is you finishing your comment. I'll put it back up here. And while you were talking, Mr. Liggins said, let's talk about Woody Allen adopting his daughter and when she turned old enough, married her, right? But his movies are still looked at, as one of the, some of the greatest movies out there and all that sort of thing. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, I feel the same way I feel about the other guys. I mean, that's a trash statement. It's a trash situation. You know what I mean? It just further shows where we're placed. You know what I mean? And
Where we allowed them to place us.
where we allow them to place us in. And most no,
Ooh.
that's exactly right. And I think if we if we ourselves could somehow turn a blind ear to that and focus on what we know to be true about our own artists and our own people in our community that we hold to a higher standard or that we upheld. It's up to us to protect those people. It's up to us to uplift those people. It
Right.
should be up to us to tear those people down if they're torn down. It shouldn't be up to them. You know what I mean? So
So I'm of the mind, we're talking about the pandemic of lying here, as it says there is the title. Um, the lies beneath the lies that are under the lies that are covered by other lies, and so on and so forth. In perpetuity throughout the universe, in infinity and beyond. Right? So many lies right there. So the idea that I know I've had conversations before talking about how women were treated in the early on. And then how that correction happened, right? It went from shut up, get in there and make me a sandwich, for I backslap you and the police show up. It's like, well, ma'am, did you make him a sandwich? I'm sorry, there's nothing I could do for you. To now, like, you breathe at me wrong and I will take everything you got. You know what I mean? That's a bit
yeah,
of an overcorrection. Because it shouldn't be
yeah,
like, women for centuries saying like, hey, men shouldn't be out here and allowed to be hoes, right? Excuse the language. But the flip side shouldn't be, well, now that I'm empowered, we're in 2021, I can do whatever I want to. Like, I feel like one or the other, either we all just allowed to just be out there and do what we want to do, or we all should be a little more, wholesome in how taking care of ourselves, right? So the lie that I'm looking at with this Elvis, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson comparison, I'm gonna take Mr. Kelly out, right? Because they just now started selecting his jury August 9th of this year. So I'm gonna leave that alone, because I believe in due process and all that, but it looks bad. We all can agree with that, right? But Michael Jackson, here's the lie: they are tearing down his name, which I mean, some people are, but you got to define that they, right? But is he really, or his estate now, because he's dead, right? Is his estate really suffering? Are all his family members and all of his, nonprofits and all of these, all everything that the money his estate still brings in today is still flowing? 8 of the 9 years that he's been dead, he's been the richest deceased celebrity, right? Bringing in a very humble $400 million a year. That's a lot of money. So where's
yeah.
this? The documentary is out. Sure, people on Twitter are talking it. Oh no, sure. Like my daughter, a year after he died, was dancing to him in her dance class with a bunch of other white people. So I feel like the lie is, this very small amount of people who are very loud saying that we should cancel him. But man, Thriller's still gonna be playing during Halloween. Let me say that number again: $400 million a year. Okay, so educating ourselves and having these conversations, right? So we really understand who's the they we're talking about. Are these things really happening? Are they not? Like, sure, they're gonna put it in the media and everything, but those dollars don't lie. What are your thoughts on that, Mr. Rich?
Yeah. Say that for me again, now, brother. I'm writing down
No,
my
I'm
next
just saying.
quote.
No, you good. So the lie within the lie, right? That small amount of people, like Twitter, millions of people on Twitter, but there are billions of people in the world. So is what Twitter says the truth? That is a large sample size,
That's
but I
media,
still
man.
think
That's
that's the
that's that's
media.
media. You know what I
But
mean? Media.
let them tell you you can't do anything with Michael Jackson, right? Like, oh, Michael Jackson's canceled and he's gone forever, but $400 million a year his estate brings in, that's quite a bit.
Absolutely. The
Yeah,
pandemic of lies, man. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, media is media, and if they can tell you something, if they can television, if they can teleport a vision into your head, then they will. You know,
I like that.
if you accept it, that's what it is. And I hope people, get better than that, man. Just because something comes on and is brightly colored and clear in vision, whatever, it looks good on the screen, that does not make it true. That does not make it real. Like after it's said, if you care about it, do some sort of research on it. Google it to 3, 4 different sites, see if it comes back the same in each one. You know what I mean? Like if you care, or if you're gonna run around spreading more information, you know what I mean? Like do some sort of due diligence.
Right, right. And speaking of due diligence, we're going to go to a very important topic. Is our guest a pre-K teacher? Does she weigh 105 pounds? Is she a Texas State University graduate? Which one? One of those are a lie. Which one of the lie? You have 3 seconds. Go. Number one. So he is saying, "Well, is this the countdown? What's happening?
Yeah,
TSU
Go
grad.
ahead, cheating."
I'm counting the 3 seconds. Maybe I should start from 3 then.
Okay. So what is it, Mr. Rich?
TSU grad.
Is that right?
No,
That
wait,
is
wait.
correct.
Yeah. Look at him.
Oh,
Look at
no.
him. No, 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 no. The lies we tell
I was about to
ourselves.
take it back. I was about to take it back.
Right, right.
Yes.
So
I
look,
am
I'll
not a
go.
Texas State. I am a Texas Southern graduate. TSU's in the building.
TSU's in the building, which I need to figure out this thing. So
Is
okay,
that like calling a Korean Asian or something? Same thing.
or a Korean
No.
Chinese, right? Because they're all Asian.
Right. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I got what
So
you
there you.
said. No, no. No.
That's
No.
shocking.
Texas Southern, that's HBCU, okay?
There
I
you
hear
go.
you. I hear you. Shout out,
Wow.
Texas Southern, yo. Shout out all the
Yeah.
HBCUs.
Right.
There we go. There we go.
So look, I'll go next, Mr. Rich. Because I mean, we're towards the end of this thing. I don't know, but yeah. So um, I am 6 feet 4 inches. Okay. I am let's see, I have to think about make sure I don't, can I disguise the lie. All right. I was born in Dallas, Texas. Right. And I currently own an apartment building. So those are my three. Sorry, I'm trying to quietly type. So those are my three. And while we're thinking about those three things, 6 feet 4, born in Dallas, Texas, own an apartment building. I don't know if you guys can hear my wife laughing look in the background, but yeah, with the whole door between us. So while I let the comments think about that for a little bit, and wife, you're absolutely omitted. All right, don't get kicked out the chat. I have unlimited power on this thing. So while we're doing that, I'm gonna kick it to Miss Teacher up there. Boom. And little Paigey. What's happening, Paigey? So pandemic of lying, right? We talked about lies we tell
Mhm.
ourselves and all that sort of thing. What's a good way? I guess if you know someone who lies a lot, what are you saying to them? What advice are you giving them in order to I don't know, help curve that a little bit?
Um, for me, because I do know someone who lies a lot. I mean, I guess like in the beginning, of course, you just try to like go to that person one on one and really kind of express what they line does and what you would want in return, instead of the lie, and how you feel the truth will be, especially between you two in your relationship. But once you do that, maybe a couple of times, and you see that that person is going to continue to lie, and it's a person that you can't necessarily just like, get rid of, then everything that they say has to be fact checked. I fact check everything that that person say. Or if it's something that cannot be checked, then I just be like, well, Lord, I don't want to say that this person is lying, and they might not be, but I don't want to believe it in there because of their history. So I'm just gonna Whatever. Yeah, believe it or not believe it, it's one of those. I don't believe it until I see it, and yeah, like oh, okay, that happened. Cool. I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm not saying I don't believe it. Okay,
Okay, so
so
you're a
that's
little
how I
bit more
handle it.
gentle. Yeah, you're a little bit more
Yes,
gentle,
because
but you
I feel
call it out.
like yeah, because if a person if you done already did all of that, if you have done called that person out numerous times on their lie and they still consider to you know, they still want to lie, choose to lie, and then you even have that one on one, that heart to heart with that person, like, you don't have to lie to me, we can be honest with each other. And if they still choose to lie, then honestly, I feel like I have done everything that I have done to um let make this person feel comfortable. And I just feel like at the end of the day, it's on that person's
Right.
term, not when I want them to. So it's just kind of like one day, hopefully, this person may stop lying. And once they do, then I will be, most definitely here in the ear, to this person. But until that day comes, everything that they say is definitely in the air because I don't know whether or not to believe it. So it's just like, mm, yeah, it's one of those.
Right.
Nice, glad it happened for you.
I like
It's
that. What do you
great.
think? Before I go to Mr. Rich, so my brother-in-law, Michael Lee says, I know a lie Asha tells, which is my wife. I'm going to call my sister so our families can get together. Ellipsis, lie. So there's one. And of course, he says, terrible. Don't lie. You're terrible at it. Oh, see, there it is. Maybe that's the lie within the lie, right? Maybe I'm just been pretending to be a terrible liar all this time. So when I
Scripted.
do get that lie in that I want to be covered up, no one sees it coming,
You
right?
wrote it that way. I know.
I wrote it that way.
I,
There you go. Yeah.
I
So
like
to
that.
this comment, she is saying, "Who me?" That's right. And before Mr. Rich gives us his take on the teacher's comment there, how gentle she is with curving the liars, and um, if you want to comment, please click the link right there. Boom. All the prompts, and you can join us live right here. We're talking about the pandemic of lying. Boom, there it is. So, Mr. Rich, your thoughts on that?
Read it.
My thoughts on her statement.
Yeah, yeah. So I asked the question, how do, if you know someone who lies a lot, how do you deal with that? Right. So you can share your story, or but her comment was, she just kind of make sure to gently calls it out and kind of go with the flow, meet them where
Well,
they're at.
she's she's a female. So they have a nicer nature. Most of the time. Um, People that just lie all the time, like definitely there's no guys around me that just lie all the time because I'd be like, man, you full of shit, and I just don't hang out with you. You know what I mean? It's simple as
Right.
that. Um, and as far as females go, I really don't have to be around a lot of females like that to hear them lie to me. Um, so I guess I just worry about niggas lying to me, but I don't pay them any attention. You know what I mean? I feel like
Mm,
if a nigga lying to me, it just has no bearing. Like, at the end of the day, that do anything for me. He's not gonna do anything for me. I don't care if he's lying or not. You know what I mean? Like, ah man, I just got this new car, and I don't give a shit. Yeah, but that's what's up,
Right,
man. You
it's in
know what
the
I mean? Like,
air. It's in the air. You like, okay, cool, whatever.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So we got our first guest here tonight. Of course, my wife joining us through the interwebs. Mrs. Gales, how are you?
Hello.
All right, so look, I'm gonna throw you over here. She's refusing to show her face. She's gonna be that person. But yeah, thanks for joining us on the show. Your thoughts.
So I just have to come on and tell this story because it's not a lie that I told, but it is a lie that my oldest daughter, Alexandria, told when she was about 5 or 6 years old.
Not the
And it
name.
just it just blew my mind. So when she was in kindergarten, no, first grade, she was in first grade.
I came to school and she was in the principal's office and she was just in tears. And so her teacher pulls me aside and she's like, well, she has to go to the principal's office because she brought a knife to school. And I'm like, what? She brought a knife to school. And so she's like, yes. And so she had it in the cafeteria and she was using it while she was eating lunch. And it was like maybe a 4 inch, like not even a paring knife, like the little lemon knives that are really bendy and flexible.
Mhm.
And so her teacher asked her why she brought it to school. And she was like, so I could cut my chicken nuggets, you know? So she gets in trouble though, because still, quote unquote, she has a weapon in school and she has to go to the principal's office. And the principal asks her, why she brought the knife to school. And she's crying and she's crying. And so she then tells them that the knife that she brought to school was left to her by her granny, who is my mom, who passed away. And it was left to her by her granny. And it was all that she had left to remember her by.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I literally, like, they're telling me this, and I'm like, I can't rat her out because at that point, like, the whole, they're just feeling sorry for her, and all I could do was go, huh, all right, okay, and yeah, so that's my story of I think the best lie I've ever heard told because she told it with like seamlessly, and for this to come out of the brain of a 6-year-old trying to get herself out of
Right.
trouble just blows my mind.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for joining us.
As long as it works,
And look,
you go
That
Michael
was
ahead.
good.
Lee is in the comments saying that Alexandria never lies. She's a princess. Yet another lie. Whether you say technically or by attitude these days, Mike. She's 16, man, trying to learn how to drive and hang out with friends. Yeah. So yeah, and of course,
Give her
Mr.
her
Jordan Bills.
space.
Yeah, Mr. Jordan Bills says great lie in regards to that story.
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing, wife.
Absolutely.
So before I kick you back to the teacher, again, want to remind people in the comments we're doing two truths. Oh, I struggle with that. Two truths and one lie. And we're on me right now. I am 6 feet 4 inches. I was born in Dallas, Texas. I own an apartment building. Which is J-Zilla lying about? So, teacher, what do you think? You deal with kids on a day-to-day basis, and you're getting ready for school and whatnots, and you have children. You got a whole slew of little cousins, right? Little nieces and nephews, right? Does that hit home? That lie that you just heard Miss Gail say?
Yes. But you know what? In the classroom, my kids really don't lie to me, and I guess it's because I make them comfortable enough to tell the truth. So if I feel like a child is lying, I normally can tell, like I can tell. So if I feel like a child is lying, then I kind of like change my approach, and I go to them more like softer and nicer, and I re-ask the question, and that's when they tell me like, yeah, I did it or something like that, and it's like, okay. So when they do admit to the lie, I mean, when they do tell me the truth, I do not like, switch up and be like, rah, like, yes, I got you on the lie, you just like, I don't do
Right.
any of that. What I do is I continue talking in that same tone so they can continue to, feel that they can trust me and tell me anything, something is not, they can tell me the truth and not feel like they have to lie because they're scared of the consequences. So whenever I do, I keep, like I say, I keep the same tone, and I just let them know, like, it's not okay to lie and the whole shebang. If you would have been told me, we could have did this, we could have did that. But since you
Hmm.
lied, like, you still have to have some type of consequence. But just next time, do not lie, and you won't have to face this consequence. And they understand. And like I said, the next time they normally are really truthful to me. And as far as like my nieces, I only got one that's really at the age to lie, and I do her the same way I do my kids in my classroom because I want her to be able to always come to me, even if she feel like she can never go to nobody else. I want you to be able to come to me because I'm gonna help you. I'm not that type of person. Like, yeah, you're doomed. No, I'm gonna help you get out of whatever situation you cause yourself to, get in. I'm gonna help you get out of it. So they need people, especially kids and teenagers. They need that adult that they can be completely 100% honest with. That's not really gonna focus on so much consequence and really trying to help them through it. So that's how I handle it.
That is awesome. So I like that. Absorb it, right? Just give me information. I'm not gonna freak out and react to it any crazy type of way,
I may
right?
be wanting
But
to
you're still
sometimes.
steering them. Oh yeah, no. See, and that's one of the things that I struggle with myself because mine is always like, "I got you." See, now if you just do, and then here comes the long lecture, right? You absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely want to stay away from that as a parent. Yeah, man. And again, we want to remind you, thank you, Mr. Richard. Uh, to if you want to call in with a comment, you can do audio like my wife did, or just like we are here live, video, audio, all of it. Just click that link and join us. So yeah, we're talking about the pandemic line, and while we're at it,
No.
we feel like we had enough time for the comments to answer the question. I'll leave it to Mr. Rich again, since look, so we're cousins, the teacher and I. So she's exempt from this. So Mr. Richard, 6 feet 4 inches, born in Dallas, own an apartment building. Which is the lie?
Hmm. Well, I know you pretty well, but you're definitely 6'4". It's- no guess there. You look big in the chair, dog. Let me see.
Going with the process of elimination.
Right. What was my second option there? 6'4", born in Dallas. Now
Mm-hmm.
that one, oh man. Now if people are watching, I'm sure they're probably like, I don't know. I think I would feel the same way, other than I know the answer to that. So um, I'm just gonna go with the apartment building, Jack. I'm gonna go with the apartment building for
Oh
now,
man,
and I'm gonna manifest that into your future and say that that's something that you're working on and you're gonna have here soon. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it. I
Right,
love the
right,
optimism.
right.
That is in fact the lie. Good job. Well, Tony, look, man, Chulo Rich is 2 for 2, ladies and gentlemen. So now you start thinking about your two truths and one lie as we go to, I guess last sort of type of lie, right? The lies we do with our actions. I talk about this a lot with my daughters, especially. I've got 12, 60-year-old daughters who are in the 7th grade and 11th grade. And I'm trying to instill into my sons who are 2 and 4, but all they caring about is smashing things, building it back up, and snacking. And so I try to talk to the older two. Try to talk to the older two about the lies we tell people through our actions, right?
Yeah.
So I tell them if they make a bad joke that really hurts your feelings, and you just kind of smile and nod and okay, I said, what are they most likely to do the next time they want to say a bad joke that hurts your feelings? They're probably gonna do it again. So what are some examples? Especially all of us, we have, we all parents. We're around other kids. What can we tell this next generation coming up about how to carry yourself, what to do, when you're in that sort of situation? Dealer's choice. Who wants to go first?
Ladies first, brother.
Ladies first. Okay. I was testing you, Mr. Rich. I was worried. I thought you go, man, I got this. Back up, woman.
So I feel like when it comes to that, and like you said, as far as like you're telling your kids, it depends on who, from what point of view are you telling your kids. So for me, because I do have a daughter, and even with the kids in the classroom, I try to teach them things like this as well. But when I feel like you have to, if you're the jokester and you're telling a joke and you know that it might hurt somebody's feelings and you say it, you can tell by their actions. Like you said, if they're, ha ha ha, or oh, that was really funny. So I feel like if you're the jokester and you know that you can tell that that person is lying through their action, then that means that you should not tell that joke again, or not cross that line again, as far as trying to hurt somebody's feelings. But if you're on the other shoe and you know the person getting the joke cracked on, I feel like in some situations you give people two tries. For me, it's two.
Mm.
The first time somebody might crack a joke and it might be a little offensive, yeah, I might lie through lie through my laugh. And if they do it again though, however, then that's when I am going to say something. I'm gonna be like, I really don't see that one's funny, okay? I let you
Right.
slide the first time. So don't go overboard, okay? Because then yeah, I'm gonna start throwing jokes out there and you're not gonna be laughing. So yeah, let's choose our battles
Right.
wisely, okay? So that's the same thing I would tell my kids to do. The first time kind of overlook it. The second time, then that's when you put your foot down and you let that person know that, you know, those type of jokes are the ones that they need to refrain from. Or let's let's turn.
I like it. I
So
like it. Mr. Rich. Mr.
that's
Rich,
how
your
I feel
thoughts
about
on
that.
that?
Um, I think like I said before with the last answer, as her answer, being a female, I think she's taking a nicer approach, and that's cool. You know what I mean? As a male, especially an older male, maybe when I was a kid, I didn't have as much confidence, and I didn't have as much oomph about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have laughed along with something, or went along with something just because I was uncertain or unsure or just not strong enough to stop it. You know what I mean? But now as an adult, don't come at
Okay,
me with the
that's true.
bullshit if you don't want something in return. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um,
All
and
right.
if I feel like I'm not liking where you're going, I'm gonna just check you right there. We're not gonna have 15 opportunities to cross this line. You're not gonna become a
Right.
habitual line stepper with me. You know what I mean?
Habitual lies. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Shout out to, what was that, Charlie Murphy?
yeah.
Dave
Right.
Chappelle show? Yeah, yeah. He's a habitual line stepper. Yeah, man. So look, you keep thinking about your two truths and a lie before we get out of here. I'm not gonna let you slide on that assignment, sir.
Oh
Um,
man.
so yeah, so here's the situation I had. I was working at Nissan. We're on the line. I'm working with a bunch of white dudes, and us black folks are sprinkled out throughout the plant. You know, um, so that we're telling jokes as we do, to trying to pass the time, and the lie of as long as you keep your mind occupied, time goes by faster. It's like, does it? my
12
body
hours, Jack.
still, my
12 hours.
body's still right. We came in think we were working 8, and it turned into 10. So, I still feel it, but I digress. So here's the thing that happened. So we're cracking jokes and whatever, and the guy tells me a racist joke. Now it was hilarious. I don't know, that sounds horrible for me to say as a black dude, but it was a racist joke, but it was super funny. And I was like, okay, hang on, man. And I was like, hey, blank and blank. I called them over, who happened to be what some people might call traditional black folks. They got the dreads, they got the means, and traditional. And so I was like, hey man, tell him that joke, man. It's hilarious. And when I say his whole face turned white and then red, and then him just, well, so
He was colored.
man, I can't even tell it right. I was like, oh, never mind, it's all right. I'll tell y'all later. He's like, all right, cuz, I see. All right, bye, big girls, and let you go on. And I looked at him, we're on break at this point. And I said, if you couldn't tell them that joke and you felt like
Why'd you
something
tell
was
me?
wrong about it, why would you think it's okay to tell me or anybody else? Right?
Hmm.
And that was his warning. And it
Hmm.
never happened again. But I just
Absolutely.
always thought about, if I was the type to just, oh man, that's hilarious, and just move on. Oh, Jack, I'd have got 15 racist jokes a week
Oh,
easily.
you'd have been a
Right?
nigga next week.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd have
I
been a
can say it
nigga next
right with you, big girls. You're fine. Right? It's like, what is it about me that you felt it was okay? And I wasn't gonna
week.
react. But as soon as
Hmm.
they came over, it was a whole different story. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I just love the idea of like what we tell, the lies we tell ourselves through our actions and all that good stuff. Mr. Rich, speaking of which, oh, and that rhymes. Look at that, bars. Give me two truths and one lie. Go.
Two truths, one lie. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I am a store owner. I have 6 children. I was born in Detroit, Michigan.
Well, these are good right here. Store owner, 6 children, born in Detroit.
Did I keep my face good? I tried to make
Yeah,
sure I
look, no, I got you. Bloop.
You
There you
didn't
go.
look off. I
There we
see
go. Look,
left.
I took them all the way off. There you go. Make sure you ain't giving anything away. So yeah, so those are the three. Make sure I got it right. Give it to me one more time, Mr. Rich. Go ahead. Give me your three again.
I am a store owner. I have 6 children, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
All right. And in the comments, I already got a comment. Look at that poker face. Right. Store owner. Is he a store owner? Does he have 6 children? Is he from Detroit? And I'm gonna abstain because I know him quite well too. We'll give the comments a second or two. But yeah. So give me something there, teacher. A situation where you had to correct somebody. You had to correct somebody with your lies. I'm gonna throw it up there, Tony. I see.
So I kind of had a similar situation. I remember we was at okay. So as my fans would know, I am from Dallas, Texas, and in ninth grade, I did move to Grand Prairie, which is a suburbs right outside of Dallas. And of course, it was totally different, urban versus suburbs, of course, okay? So there, I was like, I stuck out like a sore thumb. I was kind of loud. I was very outgoing. I was very, say what's on my mind type of person and all of the above. So I remember one of the girls was like making a joke and was saying that I was ghetto. And
Ooh.
the first time, like I say, for me, I'm kind of like I have to, for me, I have to give people at least two tries because I know for me, I overreact. And when I do react, sometimes it be too far. So it's just kind of like, well, if I let them slide the first time, they give me time to kind of think, versus going with
Right.
how I'm gonna react the first time. So yeah, she made a joke about me being ghetto, and I kind of like you say, lied through my actions. Ha ha, okay, girl. So she brought it up again, and this time we was kind of in front of more people, and I was glad that
Oh.
we was actually more in front of more people though because I wanted to set the record straight in front of everybody. So this day forward, this joke is never gonna be made again, or if it is, well, when I fight fire with fire, it is what it is. So I just kind of like the second time she brought it up, it was just like, y'all know Angel Ghetto, ha 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 ha. And I'm
Ooh.
just like, no, I am not ghetto, okay? I might be hood, yes, but ghetto, I am not, okay? So, and it was the way that I said it, very straightforward. I'm talking directly to her, and in front of everybody. And it's like I know with me, it's like the teacher tone. I feel like I've always had that. So it's kind of like when I want everybody to hear me, then you know, chest out, so I can project this
Right.
voice so everybody is listening. And I did. That's how I had to do it though. Just kind of like let her know, like, no, you're using the wrong term, okay? Because I'm not ghetto. And I might be hood, yes, but ghetto, I am not. Okay, I have class, and
And I
I just
feel
have to
that.
correct her,
Feel that.
and she never called me ghetto again. Nobody else. So
That's amazing. As I go to Mr. Rich, man, first your thoughts on, on that situation,
I
right?
feel that, man. I think, like I said, me personally, I'm with checking you the first time because what you're not gonna do is get in that situation in front of all them people, and then I got to deal with it because then you might get you. See what happens with people, especially men, a lot of times, and I don't know, maybe women are the same, but once that crowd is created, and then the disrespect happens in front of that crowd, it's a whole different situation. Whereas if I can pull you
Right.
to the side, I'll say what I got to say to you, especially the first time. I'm gonna pull you to the side. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. I'm gonna let you know what I got to say. Then when you cross that line again, I don't feel no kind of way when I got to meet you at that line. You understand? So uh, I prefer to go ahead and lay them boundaries down early. That way, later on, anybody crossing them lines, we know what it is. You know.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So look,
Nice.
as we do a deep dive, right? Here's the three options. Is Chulo Rich a store owner? Does he have 6 children? Or is he from Detroit? Which one is the lie? And we got our first comment. Mr. Jordan Bill says, "No way he from Detroit. You too soft." The crying emojis. And then Mike Lee. Go ahead. Then Mike Lee says he is not from Detroit. If he was, he would have to put more emphasis on the D, right? Okay. So look, man, we'll leave it to the lady as usual. Um, we'll see if she can guess the correct answer, and then I want to talk about this Dallas ties, right? This Oak Cliff, these ties. One of a big story out there. This Mo3 slaying, right? I'd like to know how much you know about that. How close is it to you and people around you? Like what they're saying. But for now, is Mr. Rich a store owner? Does he have 6 children? Or is he from Detroit? 3 seconds. Boom. 2, 1.
Oh, okay. I really want to say he do not have 6 children, but I'm going to say he do not have 6 children.
Mr.
Is that the
Rich,
lie?
is that the lie?
That is the lie.
Look at oh man, hundred
That is the lie.
percent.
Hey, and tell was Michael Lee.
Mike
I
Lee,
said, tell Michael Lee. I said, I don't know Michael Lee. Tell Michael Lee. I said, what up though? Now you
right?
figure.
No, there it is.
Tell Michael Lee. I said, what up though? 7 Mile. You know what
Yeah, I
it
mean he's a Browns fan, so I mean, what are you gonna do?
is.
So yeah, that's it, man. So before we get out of here, because lied to y'all through the actions of like, yeah, man, 45 minutes to an hour. We'll get in and out. But the conversation got so nice, we just kept it going. Talk to me a little bit about your ties to Dallas. I know you said Dallas born, all the good stuff. Talk to me. Oak Cliff, Mo3. What do you got?
So, actually, Mo3, he was very close to our family because of one of my mom's brother. He was on his wing before I think he just really took off. And, we don't see him at events and took pictures with him and everything. So, I know him as to be a pretty cool, dude. Um, as far as what?
She said what?
So, and that's on tape, baby.
Well, she
That's
called you
on.
on a lie. Look, you said you'd be done an hour ago with my juice box.
Yes, he's like, no, I want the tape, and that's on tape. Thank God, I ain't been to my lip gloss. Okay, but as far as his land, I'm not, I'm not really big into like celebrities' life and drama. Just
Hmm.
because I have my own personal life and drama going on, and I don't really have space for someone else that's irrelevant to me. I don't know this person, really, to care about what's going on in their life, honestly. Um, but as far as his plan, it's sad. Someone died over something very senseless. Especially the fact that I know that allegedly the person who put the hit out on him, they were friends once before. So it's like, how do y'all go from being friends to literally wanting to put each other in the ground when it's bigger than that? Both of you guys have children, and then with the whole like we got bigger problems, I feel like as black people. So
Right.
us trying to, really hurt each other and, harm each other, we got enough of, hurt and harm towards us. So it's like if we take some off each other and focus it on our, I don't want to say our op, then we probably can actually get somewhere as a people. Reunite. We actually stop fighting one each other. So I honestly do believe that. I think it's very senseless. As far as like his rival, he's still making this about him, and I think it's very tacky. Although to his defense,
Mm.
he said that when Mo3 was making songs about his friends when his friends died. And I understand that, but I just felt like it is just very disrespectful to talk about the dead. So
Well,
the man is dead, let bygones be bygones. There's nothing more. And he has kids, you know. So his kids will
well,
have to grow up listening to, the diss songs about his dad being dead. It's extremely disrespectful to me. I'm against it. I don't like it. But then, like I said, then again, I don't really, I'm not really into others' business when I got my own shenanigans going on. That's how I remain a peaceful and beautiful life over here, minding my business. Girl, you don't even stop
I
my flow.
understand that. So now you talking about the lie of oh man. Before I get to Mr. Rich, because Mr. Rich, look, he when we first started this, he was pointing me to this guy who talks about it all the time. And what was his name? Chulo?
Ratchet.
Ratchet from Ratchet
Shout out
TV,
Ratchet
man.
TV, man.
Shout out Ratchet TV. That dude is something else. So yeah, so he did a
Yeah,
deep
Ratchet is.
dive, and but what she's talking about there is through the actions, right? No one thought to, okay, I'm just gonna be bigger man and step down because I've seen where this goes. But instead, like what we're gonna do is just talk about it so much and ratchet it up so much, right? Because it's good for business, it's rep and all of these things, all these little lies that they've been told and that they are acting out in the streets. Like you said, someone gets killed and talking about you're actually talking about this person who's died, right? And celebrating, laughing, making
Right.
videos about it. So, Mr. Rich, give us a quick backstory, your thoughts on it, and we talk some more about this pandemic of lying.
All right. First off, man, because we're talking about the pandemic of lying, this backstory that he has is a very deep backstory, and it won't be proven until the case is finished because it's very deep. Um, but there's obviously a lot of lies. You know what I mean? And one of the lies told, they're saying that the victim himself told a lie that got him into some things. From what I can tell, is not, maybe that might not necessarily be the situation. Um, but the problem of it is that this culture now, and I can't just say them because it's the age group and it's the type of rap, and I think it started with Chicago and drill music. Um, Snitching on yourself is cool now for some reason. You know what I mean? Like having every gun I own in the video and whatever else crooked I got going on, you know what I mean? And telling Facebook police and the feds and all of that what I'm doing is cool now, you know what I mean? And then after I tell you about it, it's even cooler to make a song about it, you know what I mean? And so I don't know what the hell is wrong with them. I will say they're talented, you know what I mean? I like all of their music.
Right.
Very talented individuals. I hate it because they killed one of them, and this was probably one of the most talented individuals to come through music in a long, long time. Most people don't know of him, but when they do catch wind of him, they're, like, oh my God, what's that? And his nemesis, so to speak, which was a lot of people, but the main person, man, I identify with him a lot. I like him a lot, you know what I mean? But the nigga's probably gonna be gone pretty soon, you know what I mean? It's if I, if what I see is correct, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And the whole dissing the dead thing and all that, like I said, that's just this culture that's these new kids, you know what I mean? If you nip something in the bud right from the beginning, that stops. But for some reason, that was allowed to keep happening. And once it got put on the music, which was put in front of everybody, that's kind of like that situation that we was talking about with Teacher, whereas she didn't say nothing to the lady the first time, and then they got in front of the crowd and she wanted to talk. She wanted to say something crazy. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
Once these things get out to the public, and the public starts looking true or false, their perception matters to certain
Right.
people. You know what I mean? And a lot of that took over what was going on, and people got tired of people talking, and somebody did something apparently. You know, so and it was wild, man. Just the wildest murder mystery type of case I've seen in a long time. You know,
Right.
long time.
Yeah. So again, because you say, I don't know what's wrong with them, right? Look at them looking at the people who came before them. And this idea that, I'm going to keep it real. Dave Chappelle had a famous sketch when keeping it real goes wrong, right? Lady calls on the phone, hangs up. It was the wrong number, but she's like, no, I'm going to keep it real, right? I don't like people playing on my
I don't
phone.
like people playing on my phone.
Right, right. So, I mean, the lies we tell us, I mean, she had an audience, no matter how small she is. But
Hmm.
this idea that looking at the generation before you and saying, "Nah, I'm not gonna tiptoe. I'm not gonna walk on the eggshells. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm about to do, and then I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna put you in a song." Like it's one of those things that are really, in depth, right, with how far we're willing to go with these lies that we tell ourselves, that we tell our children through our actions, through what we say, what we do, all this stuff, right? But somewhere down the line, Mr. Rich, I'm sure the teacher will agree, they were showed or told or sold how to be, who to be, how to move. And they bought that lie. Like you said, they're really talented.
Absolutely.
What happens if
Absolutely.
they get involved with a Jay-Z or, one of these commercial guys who can just pluck them right out of that environment and expose them to something new, right? The
Absolutely.
lie I told myself coming up was, I'm going to get my mom in the house, a couple of streets away because of how nice the neighborhood was, how, what school that, we would be a part of, all that sort of thing. Until I went to a university and they invite me over, and then I see like, oh, there's 10 more levels above me. I can't
Yeah.
believe I bought that lie. That me
Yeah.
being successful is moving a couple of streets away. You know,
Yeah.
as teacher
But
joins us
but
back.
that's what you
Yeah,
knew. That's what you knew. You know what I mean?
right, right. So that's very interesting. And before you go, we'll give you last word because I know we done held you hostage probably long enough, teacher.
Little bit.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate you having us on. You can hang out in the back room, or if you got to go, I definitely understand that. But we definitely want to thank you for coming on and joining us and, playing our games, answering questions. It's a good chat. It was a good chat. I really appreciate it. Anything, any
I think
shout
so
outs or
too.
promos or anything before you go?
Of course, you guys can follow me on Instagram. Help me get my followers up, man. On Instagram at call me teacher underscore. And I am on Facebook under Angel Smith. Okay. So you guys can follow me on both. I do be posting. Sorry for the lingo, but I'm starting now to post like more of what I'm doing in the classroom. I'm thinking maybe doing a teacher blog or something in that area. 'Cause I'm noticing that it's something that's missing, and I feel like I have it. So I'm thinking about starting to use the social media platform to teacherize everything. So my
I
teacher
like it.
friends out there.
So
Hey,
everything
man.
needs to be
Trying.
teacherized. You know,
Right. For
Yeah.
those of
everything
you who
needs to
know
be
her,
teacherized.
absolutely. For those of you who know her, please go support. I know teachers are constantly, at least around here and where we're from, Rich, asking for supplies, soap, paper, tissue, all those sort of things. If your child has plenty, get them, a couple of pencils, little erasers, folders, paper. I mean, all that stuff. Any little bits you can give matters. All right. Thank you
Right.
so much for
Absolutely.
joining us.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Appreciate
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, man. So pandemic of lying. I think this is a good talk. We'll have to, keep it going one way or another, come hook or crook. But before we get out of here, Mr. Rich, last word.
Hey man, just love, man. Everybody take it easy. You know what I mean? I hope you pulled something from the show. Even though we're delivering a message, I try to take something from everything that we do, and I hope y'all can do the same thing. Um, man, let's try to keep it real. You know, let's try to keep it real in a realer way. You know what I mean? If you feel like you kept it real yesterday, try to keep it realer tomorrow.